the burning inside of me. I'm insane. Okay.
I'm really excited about this coffee that I made. But lately, I apologize, I have not been uploading any videos for like almost a week. It might have been a little bit longer. I had some things I had to take care of around my house. I had some personal issues I had to take care of. So just some things going on. It's been a crazy year. Y'all feel. I did, as you can see, decorate for the beginnings of Yule. That's a new thing I did. I have a few other decorations. I can't wait to start all my Yule stuff. Allergies. I did end up doing, it's tangled. I did end up doing my pendulum. I ended up making that. I didn't feel like that needed a video because it was just a quick, simple wrap the cord around, and then that was that. But if you do need me to show you how to make one, or even go over it, this will be part of, like, I'm not going to really go into detail on pendulums in this video, but pendulums are part of one of the tools you would use. It's a divination tool. On top of everything, I tried to make this video before, and I've tried it twice, and it messed up every single time. I don't know what's going on between the editing and it being too long of a video. So here's my try again. Hopefully it comes out good this time. The universe was not working with me during somehow, not Samhain, no. Somehow. It was not working with me. Nothing was working. So step 4, the tools. Now, I don't know if this should even really be included in How to Basic Witch, because you don't really need the tools. The tools are just to help you. They are tools. That's what they do. And you're probably like, I need to know more about the tools. So I guess if you want to start out and like you have your altar or whatnot, and you have like the idea of wanting to be a witch, and you're obviously just starting out, you're probably wondering what kind of tools. If you wanted to get tools, you could get crystals, but crystals is a very basic thing. If you're gonna get any crystal, I would start with quartz. I believe that's what this is. This is rainbow quartz, I think, because it has the rainbow shine. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that's what that is because it has that iridescent shine. But a quartz is the basic of the crystal. You can use it for anything. It's used kind of like how a white candle would be used in place of any other color candle when doing spell candles. That's what you would use a quartz crystal, and quartz is the clear one. Second would probably be under basic tools. I'm not going to go over all the tools because that was like a ginormously long video, and I didn't have any space left on my camera on my phone. So I'm only going to go over like maybe the 4 very basics. You'll find the more you get into this craft, there is a absolute ton that so many different people use. So this is just the literal basics. So you got your crystals, and then I would say your candles would be another tool. Again, you can use a white candle in place of any other color. Let's see, each color has their own meanings. I will probably do videos separately on all of this stuff just to go over a wide coverage of it. But you can use candles for candle spells. Candles are good for any kind of intention work you're trying to do, any sort of spell work. Like if you're trying to do a self-love spell candle, you would probably get a pink candle and then put the dressings that you would need on it and so forth. So crystals, candles, jars. Containers. First of all, you don't need them. They are just to help guide you. They are there to help. But if I were to say what beginner witch tools to use, if you insist on getting those right off the bat before anything else, quartz crystals or any crystals that speak to you, learn the properties of them. Candles, very good for candle spells. I would definitely have jars, like little cork jars or any kind of glass bottle if you want to do spell bottles, or to hold your herbs in if you don't already have a container. And your Book of Shadows. Your Book of Shadows is really going to help you keep track of all of your information. That's probably like the number one tool you would need is your Book of Shadows, honestly, because it has everything in it. The more you learn, the more you put it down, the more things you find, you just jot it in your Book of Shadows. So those would be the 4 basics. I'm probably leaving some out. I don't really remember any other ones. I mean, there are a lot, but I don't remember the basic ones. I think that was pretty much it. It really also depends on your path you're going towards. Like if you want to be more of a green witch where you focus on herbs and the earth qualities, Book of Shadows, crystals, any sort of stones, collecting things from outside. There's just a whole list, but I'm not going to go over all of the items because there's tons and tons. Tarot cards is another one. That's something I started out with before I really got into any other sort of witchcrafty things. Tarot cards is like a form of divination, the same with pendulums. Those are like another tool. There are so many tools from I'm going to butcher this, I know, a theme? It's a type of knife or dagger that you use to cut herbs. It's like a sacred dagger. There's so many, between bells and incense. There's just a lot. There's like over 20 different tools you could use. And some of the tools, some of them are pretty like for like more experienced witchcraft anyway. So you'll definitely want to just stick with your crystals, candles, Book of Shadows, and jars to put things in, like spellwork, herbs, jar spells, that sort of thing. And those would be the very, very basics that I would stick with. That would be what I would do. You can get these things, most of these you can get at the dollar store if you're trying to go cheap. I always recommend the cheaper route because a lot of the times this shit can get expensive. No joke. I've been on pages like Etsy and I've seen how much it costs for a basic witch kit, which are fine. Those are cool. Like you can get a basic witch kit with all the basic tools, but that'll cost you sometimes around like $50, and that's ridiculous. They're just ripping us off. They're just trying because they put witchy in the title and they're like, oh yeah, money. So you can get a lot of these things off like from the dollar store, Dollar General. They have jars, they have candles, they do have the basic herbs, not a lot, but once you look more into the magical qualities, the properties of these things, you'll find that you don't really need a whole lot. That's like way into it, like deep into the roots of witchcraft when you want to know like every single thing. Then you'll find out that there's so many more herbs. But the dollar store has pretty much all of this stuff. The only thing that the dollar store does not have is crystals or any sort of gems. Those you can get cheap if you're looking the right places on Etsy or even on Amazon. Just be very careful that they're not just glass that's been cut to look like a crystal and then painted. Some people have come across fake gems or crystals. Or you can go to a head shop if you have any local head shops. A lot of little tiny towns, maybe even big cities. I live in a very small area, so I haven't been in a big city in years, but I'm pretty sure any sort of head shop that caters to like the stoner type, I'm not trying to stereotype, but the stoner where they sell pipes and stuff, they have crystals and like stuff like that. You might even be able to find some in your driveway like I did if you live in the country. I've found milky quartz. This is an example of something I find while I'm hiking. If you live in the mountain area, was free because it was from the natural earth. When I'm hiking, sometimes I'll find these like kind of in like tree roots or around a bunch of broken up rocks from the mountains. But this is like quartz with a little bit of milky in it, I do believe. But that's basically what a raw quartz would look like as opposed to this. So those are your pretty much basics, and every witch uses those for the most part. You can look into more other types of tools that you would need. It really depends on your craft, your path, what you're going for, what kind of witch you want to be. There's so many options, but I hope that helps. As for the next step for the basic witch, I think the next step would be simple spells. I think I'll go over that in the next video. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the basic witch videos. I'm not too sure. That pretty much covers up this little tiny steps on how to start it off. So the next video would be the simple spells you want to focus on, types of spell work, and so forth. I do believe I'll probably go over videos, different video section on magical properties, different color coordinations and color correspondences, all that good stuff in other videos. But for now, I think I about covered it. Hope you enjoy what I've put out there. I figured y'all would like a little sneak peek of how I've decorated so far for Yule. I don't care if it's been early. I'm really excited. I didn't get to decorate a whole lot for somehow to begin with, so there's my little decoration. And I have this really cute little mini tree. I'm gonna put orange peels and just decorate it for Yule as well. Also, it is like mad foggy today. For the last maybe 3 or 4 days, it's been mad foggy. Oh, and for those that were watching my other videos where I was trying to make my own bundle sticks, my smudge sticks, when I had done my juniper ones, and I couldn't find any mugwort, I ended up going to my local head shop, and they had already made mugwort. I am so excited. In case you're wondering why I'm so excited, it's because mugwort, supposedly when you burn it right before bed, it helps you with lucid dreaming and helps invigorate dreams. So that's pretty cool.
That's why I'm trying to set you free. Oh no, you understand.